Hello, how is it going? Did you have a good weekend? Anybody got a case of the Mondays today? Because today, the day that I'm posting this is Monday. Oh, we got some cats moving around back there. Anyway, so last week was kind of a slow week due to my collab project. If you watched that video with Beauty Garden, we actually are still on pre-sale only for another day or two until we run out of everything, and then we have to order all of the products, and then we will wait for them to come in, and then we will put the boxes together, and then we will ship them out to you. So if you are still interested in those, I will link the page to the Beauty Garden below in case you missed out, or maybe you didn't see my video, or you weren't on Instagram, or you didn't see all of the promotion that we did for this box. So I just want to make sure that you get your hands on it in case you wanted it, because I really had so much fun putting those together. So thank you guys for all the support on that video, and for on Instagram, anybody who reshared it or anybody who purchased it. Thank you. Seriously, like anytime I do something, I'm always really nervous about like putting it out, like how it's going to go over, how are people going to respond, and like I know not everything will be for everyone, but I want to do stuff that is interesting to people, that people are excited about. So I'll definitely be looking for feedback here in a little bit about your thoughts on it, if you purchased it, what you thought of it. If you didn't purchase it, why not? What would you like to see in the future? Just be on the lookout for polls and like questionnaires and things like that, because we definitely want to work on more projects together. It's all going to sort of depend on what you guys want. So yeah, if you haven't gotten your hands on that, I will link the video that I did down below so you can see all of the collections. I will link the Beauty Garden below so you can see what's still available. I know that so international shipping is not included on the boxes, which maybe have turned some people off just because international shipping can get very expensive, but we couldn't do free shipping on the international boxes just because it is so expensive, and because we got such a good deal on the items, we would have basically been paying you guys to take the boxes if we had given you guys free international shipping. So I know that that's unfortunate, and that might have turned some people away if they were interested in purchasing it, and then they got to the checkout and they were like, oh my God, shipping is so expensive. But if you purchase the ultimate box, because we got such a screaming deal on some of those products, I know it seems expensive, but like if you were to buy all those products individually, like plus shipping from like all the random retailers, you're really saving a lot of money. Like obviously nobody's going to go out and buy like $500 worth of stuff all at once, but if those are products that you had been wanting to try, that's a great way to do it. Even if you are paying international shipping, just because you're getting such a good deal on it. Even with the cost of shipping included plus the box, I mean, you're still saving like 40 to 50% depending on where you live, and how much shipping costs to get to you. So those are still around if you're interested, and maybe you put it in your cart and then you abandoned your cart because you're like, ugh, this sucks, the shipping is so expensive. But just look at it in the way of like you would be paying so much more individually for each of these things. So just something that I thought I would throw out there in case you thought about it at first and then you changed your mind. Maybe you'll change your mind again. Because we do still have some ultimate boxes available, which is the best deal. You do get a Fit Glow lip serum, you get all the body products, you get all of the skincare products, and I love them. So let's just do some makeup to sort of like get back into things, because I only put out one video last week. I do have quite the schedule planned out for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to have 3 videos this week, 3 videos next week, and then we'll sort of see what happens the week after that. We've been working on, a lot of, I guess we haven't really been working on a lot of stuff around here. We are, working on doing a backyard renovation, because we've been living in this house for, almost 8 years. Or has it been 8 years? No, it's been 8 years. We've been living here for 8 years. We've really only been doing projects on things like, like necessary. We had to get all new appliances when we moved in. We've had to replace the AC since we moved in. We got a water softener because the water here where we live is extremely hard. We've had to replace the washing machine since we got it. It lasted about 6 years, and then, you know, the guy that we called to come out and look at it was like, you know, honestly, it's going to cost you less to buy a new washing machine than to have to repair the washing machine, which makes no sense. But so we had to buy a new washing machine. We've had to buy a new water heater. We had to get the back door fixed. Cause it was like jammed. I don't know. It wouldn't open. It's a sliding door, but it like wouldn't open right. And it never did. But last year we finally were like, okay, we need to do something about this door. And I thought we were going to have to replace the whole door. But we ended up finding a sliding door company that, you know, replaced the rollers and, you know, custom built us a new, screen. So we did that. We replaced the fans in these rooms, which you can't see, but they're all nice fans now. And we got them, they're very cheap. You know, sometimes some of those fans are expensive, but these ones, you know, match really well with what we've got going on in our house. All the furniture and all that. And, they were relatively inexpensive. So before I start talking about more stuff, I'm using the Plain Jane Beauty stick cream mineral foundation stick. This is sort of like a half and half, some new stuff, some not new stuff. Because I did order this, and then I did order another palette from Mob Beauty just so I can, some colors that I actually wanted to play with. The colors that they sent me really aren't my jam. I have them right here. So they sent me this palette, and these aren't fun me colors, you know? Like this is more me, bright, and I like this. So I did order that little 4 quad thing. So I could try. I probably shouldn't have put the bright concealer down there. Well, maybe it won't be so bad actually. Yeah, because I wanted to try some more of their stuff. I have lots of video ideas. I'm hoping to sort of get into like a groove of like filming, you know, filming some interesting stuff. I have a lot of stuff that I want to do. I know the hand cream video is still coming. I'm sorry for not, you know, getting stuff out within a reasonable amount of time. It's hard for me sometimes. I just have like so many ideas floating. So like today I'm doing this video. You'll see this on Monday. I won't put another video out until Thursday, which will be my Beauty Heroes video. I don't like this brush that much, so let's go in with this one. And then Saturday I will have this just in, which I'm filming right after this. So in the next week, I will have a current skincare routine plus reviews for Box Walla and Clean Beauty Box. That'll all be one video. And then what else did I have planned for next week? I wrote them all down. Honestly, I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh, so then next Wednesday, I'll be doing the Detox Market box. And then I think Friday I'll do my Merit makeup review. And then we'll see what happens the week after that. Because in late April is when we're getting the backyard done. So yeah, like I was saying before, we've done all of like, you know, the unfun adult projects that we had to do for this house, you know, when we moved in. You know, there's, you know, we had to do the AC and the appliances and the water heater and, you know, the fans and, you know, nothing really fun. Like we painted the house when we moved in because it was beige and brown when we moved in, and those are like not colors, you know, that we love. So we painted the whole house blue and gray, and then my office is green, which I kind of want to redo, but at some point we're going to redo the floors in there, and like at that point I'll probably repaint it. And even that small bathroom is green, and I wish we hadn't done that. But eventually at some point we're going to redo that bathroom, and then at that point that'll get painted. But yeah, so now it's time to start doing like the fun projects, you know, the ones that cost a bunch of money. but make the house look really great. So we're starting with the backyard because our backyard has just been like dirt and rock since we moved in. It's not fun to play in, you know. I like to let Oliver play in the dirt and the mud sometimes, but then like other times I really don't want him playing in the dirt and the mud, and I don't want him tracking dirt and mud into the house, and then I have to vacuum 18 times a day. So we're extending our little patio. We have a concrete patio, but we're bricking it over. We're paving it over, and then we're extending it. So the extension can be like where our grill goes. If we buy like a fire pit, you know, have a couple of seating areas, like, you know, just to have some more patio space out there. You know, we'll buy like an umbrella, you know, like a nice place to sit. Because right now we don't really have like a nice place to sit because the patio is full of like toys and junk, and it just doesn't look good. Okay, you guys, I really love this Kosas powder. It just like makes my skin look great every time that I use it. It takes down the shine, but still makes me feel like I look like dewy and like radiant, even though it's like taking down the shine. So I'm not like matte, but I'm like, you know, demi-matte, I guess. There's still some areas where I'm like pretty shiny, like underneath my eyeballs. Where did my brush go? There it is. But yeah, I really like that. I really like that powder. So then we are taking out a lot of the rock, the dirt patch that's out there that kind of looks like a pool. I know a few of you guys over the years have like asked me, did you guys have a pool? And you like filled it in? No, it's just this really weird patch that used to be grass, but it's like in the shape of a pool. Like, I don't know why somebody thought that was a good idea. So we're taking that out. And then I'll do my brows while I'm talking. So we're taking out like the sprinkler system because we're not going to need them anymore because we're putting in turf back there. Because I can't keep grass alive. We've tried over the years. We've tried a couple of times, and it just doesn't. It's literally impossible for us to keep grass alive out there. The irrigation system has been broken for a couple of years because we just haven't wanted to put the money into fixing it, which means two trees died out there, so we had to take the trees down. We have one tree that's still sort of like hanging on, even though it hasn't had water and God knows how long. So our front hasn't had water either, but that's like thriving. We have like bougainvillea out there. We have a desert bird of paradise out there. They're like thriving. They haven't had water in like 2.5 years, and they don't seem to mind. Well, except when it rains, obviously. So we are getting all of our irrigation redone, which I actually need to email. I need to email my my landscapers so they can come do the front before the backyard gets done. So we are putting in turf because it's just there's no maintenance. It's just going to look so much nicer. There's going to be a lot of playroom for Oliver out there. You know, we'll be able to put some like toys out there he can play with. And then we're going to plant some citrus trees, you know, over here. We're going to put in a lemon and an orange tree. I am planning on doing like a whole video, like a before and after backyard makeover, even though we're not doing any of it. Well, we're going to do some of it because I did get a quote to have the people that are coming to do our backyard for some garden beds. So like some 4x8s, like 3 4x8 garden beds in the back here by the back wall where my other garden bed was. And it was just going to cost too much money. So we're just going to DIY it. It'll still be expensive because wood is expensive, but it won't be as expensive. So they're just going to irrigate, you know, for the beds, and then we'll just put the beds in ourselves. So yeah, turf, patio. We'll DIY some garden beds before fall, so that way I can do some like fall planting. And then the citrus trees. And that's really it. That's what we're doing back there, but it's gonna look so good. I can't wait. I'm so excited. We're spending like a boat load of money because turf is expensive. But honestly, it's gonna be so worth it because our backyard has just been like dirt for so long, and it's just like we haven't used it, we haven't utilized it, we haven't played in it. You know, Oliver's played in it a little bit, but it's just dirt and it's like no fun. Because this way I'll be able to put the sprinklers, you know, out on the turf, and he won't get all muddy. He'll just get wet. So I'm really excited. Really excited. So, and then, you know, a year or so from now, we'll save up, you know, some more money, and then we'll start doing the bathrooms, and we'll eventually get to the kitchen. I mean, the kitchen's going to be the most expensive, right? So, eventually, we want this house to look brand new. We'll get there eventually. It's going to be fun. Like, I'm just excited to finally start doing like the fun projects and not just the, you know, the necessary stuff. Like, well, we do have to, you know, we are going to need to get the house painted at some point. I don't know how much that's going to cost. We are going to have to get the roof, not retiled necessarily, but just like, you know, the paper, whatever, like the lining. We're gonna have to get that redone at some point. And I hear that's very expensive. My aunt, I guess, just got some quotes for that. And like, so to take off the tiles, they're not redoing the tiles. They're just gonna use the same tiles. Take off the tiles, replace the paper, put the tiles back on. It's like $13,000. Like, that's crazy. So expensive. So, I mean, those are all things for the future. I want to get a couple of fun projects under our belt, though. You know, our house was built in 97, so it's going to be, so what is it, it's 24 years old, you know, and it looks it. It's all builder grade, aside from the fans, because we replaced the fans from like the white builder grade ones that were in here, you know, like when the house was built. They were all chipped and gross looking. We replaced those. That's like all we've done, though. Everything else is, you know, brass, gold. Looks like exactly the first day, you know, that it was built, except, you know, more lived in. So I'm excited to start doing some fun projects. So I used the Mob Beauty, the whole palette for the face. So I did the bronzer, the blush, and now I'm doing the highlighter. So anyway, that's what we've got going on here. So we've had a couple of contracting companies out here, you know, giving us quotes for the backyard. You know, we went and looked at some turf. We took down that tree. We did that ourselves because that was going to cost a bunch of money. I think we were quoted like $1,000 to take the tree down. And then my husband just went to Home Depot and picked up, you know, this like tree trimmer thing. And just like one weekend took the whole tree down. We're keeping the stump because where the stump is, I'm going to put like a couple of composting boxes in that corner. So the sub pod is what I've been looking at because it's like a worm composting system. I haven't bought them yet, but that's what I'm looking at. Because there's a place in town that sells worms that I could easily, well, maybe not easily because they seem to always be sold out, but like at some point, you know, get some worms for the backyard. So we have like composting systems ready to go when we build the garden beds. All right, so that was that. So I did the Plain Jane cream foundation stick. It definitely needs to be powdered. It's very dewy, but the coverage on it is actually really nice. And it's vegan. How much did I pay for this? Was it $36, I think? And then how much it is, 7.5 grams. So that's what I used. I will be doing a stick foundation comparison because I have a few. After I do my merit review, that's something that I want to do. I use the Kosas concealer in 1, which, I mean, worked fine. I use the Kosas baked setting powder, which I love. That stuff's amazing. I use the Vapor brow pencil because I just had it sitting here, so I was like, all right, I'll use it. And then I use the Mob Beauty blush in M30, the highlighter in M50, and then the bronzer in M37. I wanted something that was a little bit more brown because the bronzer they sent me originally, which one's the bronzer? The bronzer they had sent me, like look at the difference in the two bronzers. So it's these two. that are touching each other. So the bronzer here and then the bronzer like right above it. Like this, that doesn't look like a bronzer to me. Like this does not look like a bronzer shade. It's too cool. I mean, like some people like cool bronzers. I don't. I like them warm. So this palette speaks more to me than the one that they sent me. I wish they just let me pick my colors to begin with. And then I did pick 2 eyeshadow shades. I picked this olive shade, this like shimmery olive shade, and the shimmery rose gold shade. I might go in with that olive shade just a little bit. Do I have an eyeshadow brush? Oh, I do have a black pencil from Carewise. Do I want to do that? I might tightline. Maybe I'll tightline because I do need to try that for the review that I'm working on. I know, because I am working on Carewise still. Like I bought that foundation and I talked about it back in September. And then I have not done a review yet. I know, I'm terrible. It's coming. Oh, that's very shimmery, but it's pretty. I like that olive, that like olive green color. I just need to blend it. So yeah, I'm working on lots of things. I am, I'm starting to feel like a little bit better just because like some things here have gone semi back to normal, but some things haven't. I don't know how much I want to talk about that because like everybody's got different opinions on like what's safe and you know, whatever. Like you do what you feel is safe for you and your family. But like, am I happy that masks are starting to come off in Arizona? Yeah. Like I walked into the turf place and nobody was wearing masks, not even the people in, you know, that were working there. And like that made me happy. Like, I know that there are a lot of people in Arizona though who don't think that was a good idea and that businesses should still be requiring them. And some businesses still are. Like we went into Barnes & Noble and they still require masks. And, you know, a lot of restaurants still do. I guess my question about all this is, because I know Texas did the same thing. Florida hasn't required masks for a long time. There are like some places that are sort of like loosening up on their restrictions and whatever. But like anytime this happens where the restrictions get loosened up, I see a lot of people like, this is such a bad idea. You're killing people. You know, they don't agree with it. But my question to anybody who thinks that, who has those thoughts is, what is an acceptable, like when would you be okay with masks being removed? Because it sort of feels like to me that people never want them to come off. And like, that's not the world I want to live in. But what is an acceptable time frame to you? I guess I wonder. I don't know. Is it when the media tells you they're okay to come off? Like I get confused sometimes. Because like I have opinions. Other people have opinions. Like obviously when masks come off, you don't have to take them off. You can wear them if you want. But like, you know, some of us don't want to wear them anymore. Oh man, my dislike and like ratio has been really good lately. Like I haven't had a ton of dislikes. This video is going to get them. I'm going to get back to the dislikes. I just know it. But like, that's the risk you run when you speak your mind, right? Like people aren't going to like it. But like, we've been doing this for a year. Isn't anybody like, I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm tired of being stuck in my house knowing that like I'm not, you know, out there infecting people. Because I'm actually pretty sure that we had this thing, COVID. I'm pretty sure that we had it in January of last year because we were all really sick end of December, early January. We were sick for a few weeks. My husband had it the worst and he remembers not being able to like taste or smell for like a month. So I'm pretty sure that we all had it. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know. feel how you wish about that. I don't know. But still, like 99% of the time, I'm still at my house. You know, we had to go look at turf this weekend because, you know, our landscaper guy is working on those plans, so we needed to know which turf we wanted. So I had to do that. And then, you know, we'd promised Oliver we'd go to the bookstore, so we did that. But like, most of the time we don't do anything. But I would like to start going back to places. You know, like I'm tired of Instacart. I want to go to the grocery store and pick out my own groceries and, you know. All right. I should probably be done talking about that because I know that there are people who are just going to be pissed that I think differently than most people. But you know what? When we were sick, you know, last year, or when we all got colds, you know, earlier this year, we didn't leave the house. So like the responsible thing, no matter what's going on in the world, like when we're past this pandemic or whatever, you know, the responsible thing to do is if you're sick, if your kid is sick, stay home. Like, I know that it's hard because, you know, sick days are limited, or like you don't want to take your kids out of school, or you got to find daycare situations. Like, it sucks, but that's how these things, you know, get as bad as they do, is because people don't want to stay home. They just want to be out. If you're sick, just stay home. Wash your hands, get some rest, drink your fluids, like stop leaving the house when you're sick. And I think we would stop having, you know, these problems. Because like 3 years ago, we went to Texas for a funeral, and someone had the flu and decided to leave their house and then kiss my child, because we were visiting my husband's family, and we all got the flu because somebody decided not to stay in their house. But like, I guess, I don't know. The thing is like, I don't blame people. I should stop talking about this. I should stop. Anyways, okay, so I used the Care Weiss pencil. I'm going to use the Vapor mascara because that's what's sitting here. Detox Market did a Vapor masterclass earlier this week that I got invited to, which was fun. And I got mascara. I should let it dry, but I'm so impatient. So that was fun because they came out with they re-released their stick foundation, and that's what the masterclass was for. So I got invited to that. So I just had a bunch of Vapor products sitting here. I didn't bring a lip thing. I don't know what lip I'm going to be wearing today. Oh, I think I have my In Beauty Project lippies still sitting here. All right, since we are going with sort of like a Christmas theme with the red and the green, let's do In Beauty Project Lip Glaze Oil number 1. Candy Apple, which is just like a sheer. Oh, red, that smells so good. I love these. I know a few of you got them after I did my lip swatch video, which if you haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna link it below. Go check it out. So you can see all of the shades of the In Beauty Project lip glaze oils. I know a few of you guys picked them up. If you've gotten them yet, tell me what you think, because I love them. They're great. There we go. That looks good, right? I mean, I don't look too much like Christmas. I don't know, I always think like when I do red and green, it's like Christmas. Because I'm just so like used to putting those colors together for Christmas, but I think I look okay, right? This is that olive, what is it? M30, oh no, it's M48 is the eyeshadow. I like it. I think it looks good. So anyway, I hope that you had fun hanging out with me for a little bit, putting on some makeup while I just sort of get back into the groove of things. You will see a Beauty Heroes video later this week and a This Just In. And again, if you picked up my collab with Beauty Garden Boutique, thank you so much. And yeah, I'll be looking for feedback on what you guys would like to see in the future, or maybe what you didn't like about this collab, or just, I would like some feedback just so we sort of like know what to do for the future, because I would really love to keep working with her and keep bringing you guys fun, you know, limited edition boxes and things like that. And I don't like, yeah, I guess that's all that I've got for this video. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you in my next one. Bye.